To my life every day. Please bring positivity.
All
Into
right.
my life. Into my
Let's see if I can
every day.
do both.
Please bring only joy and peace and everything that is love.
Trying to do both.
Please bring only
So
joy
let's see.
and peace and everything.
How do I do that?
That is love.
Ooh, playing with those filters. Whoa, no, don't put that filter on. How do I take that off? Oh no. All right, let me make sure I say I do not own the rights to this music. I mean, what the heck is that? Lord, you know I don't know how to go live. Do not own the rights to this music. Let's get into it. So I'm on both devices and just trying to make sure my angles are right, my light is right. There we go. It's always difficult when I'm on my computer because it doesn't look as good on the computer as it does on the phone. iPhone 13, MacBook Pro. We need to update these cameras so that it can look the same on the computer as it does on the iPhone. So the other day was a new moon. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, fam, for joining. You know I'm coming back every month as promised for the new moon. Although Monday was the new moon holiday, I was busy getting myself grounded, doing my rituals. So I come a couple days late, but it's better late than never. And rocking another dope hoodie, that's my thing. Send them my way. So I have some amazing news. We are rounding out the show, and I am at like almost the last episode, y'all. So this month's blog post came out today at 12 o'clock. Check it out. If you have not done so already, go to my blog, find it on my social media pages for the Catalyst. Came out today at noon. I like to make sure I remind everybody, especially those folks who are new and just now finding me and may not have known this, but at the beginning of the month, usually there's always a new moon somewhere around the end to the beginning of the month, depending on the lunar cycle. I like to set intentions around that time, write about things that I want to manifest and bring into my life. Positive things, clean my space out, my sanctuary, my body, get really grounded and prepare for the work that's coming up in the new lunar cycle. So I like to do that through journaling. So I decided to create my own journals. And one thing that the connection to the journals and the blog posts, I made sure that as a coach, as somebody that supports folks on their journey through self discovery, through goal setting, I made sure that those journals had those same type of affirmations and strategies that I would use in my day to day. And so I included those in the journal and I put some on the blog post. So even if you can't hire me as your personal coach, you have those resources to use. And as you begin to set intentions on your own personal journey, whether it's with a business, with a career or a personal goal that you might have, just know that the new moon is always a great time to write those things out so that you can cast that spell, like I like to say, and put things out into the world that you want to receive back. So that's what I did on Monday, literally for myself. After the holiday, getting in town and just kind of being all over the place, I needed that time to ground myself before I came to you and brought you, the things that I feel like you will need on your journeys as you continue to support and follow me. I couldn't come to y'all still carrying baggage from my holiday weekend of, adulting. So I did take a couple days to get myself together before I came back. With that being said, the blog post, as I mentioned, this month is going to be interesting because this is, I like to say, I ended with the beginning in mind. So this last post for this particular series around resilience, and I'm toying with should I do another blog post or not. It's really talking about strengthening your relationship with yourself. You need to start with yourself. And that's why I like to say begin with the end in mind, right? So, journal 6, blog post 6 is all about self, whether it's self compassion, self love, being selfish. I know that's often looked at as a negative, but it ain't. Sometimes we have to be selfish until we can fill our own cups up so that we're not pouring into everyone else and not pouring back into ourselves. So, this blog post, Strengthening Relationship with Self, talks about all of those things. And then I like to give a personal account, my own personal story. So, I like to start with storytelling just so that my readers, my followers know that I am right here in this work with you. I am still learning. Um, hey, niece. Oh my God, my niece joined the live. I see you, Deja. Hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank everybody on YouTube, Instagram Live, Facebook Live. I'm like streaming on all three platforms today. Really starting something new, trying to make sure that I'm in all areas because I got some special coming, and I want all my listeners on all the platforms to wherever, however you're listening, to hear these things that are coming up because the world is opening its doors, and I'm taking advantage. So I definitely want to share those upcoming things with all my listeners on all three platforms because some people do Facebook, some people do Instagram. I have to get rid of that, my dog and that toy, of course, while I'm on live. Craziness. He's not gonna have it right now. But yes, so just making sure I offer that breadcrumb, that information for those folks who found me later. And I do have those journals, still have those journals. If you are interested in purchasing a journal, you can buy them directly from Amazon. And the second edition is up. This is book 6. They all look the same on the outside covers, as I've said before in the past, but the inside is completely different with journal prompts and information pertaining like strategies that are very specific to the work around that journal post for episode 6, which is soon coming in the podcast, and blog post number 6, which in this month of June, it's all about strengthening your relationship with yourself, starting with yourself first. Really self love, self compassion, being selfish. I tell people, sometimes you got to be selfish and pour into yourself before you can pour into others. And I've said that already on here. So the other one piece that I want to ask all my listeners, if you haven't Purchase your journal. Make sure you get you a journal. That's number one. Beautiful picture. This is actually a picture of myself in Moab on the cover. Follow, like, and share me on all platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I am on all of those platforms under my business name. So the underscore catalyst. So sometimes you don't see all of the posts around my business and the things that I'm doing with the podcast or the blog because I put all of that stuff on my business side and I hardly ever post on my personal side. So make sure you're following the business page. That is kind of some housekeeping, talking about how I how the blog is connected to the journal. And then the third piece in this is the book. The book is coming out. Or before I talk about the book, we stay tuned for the podcast because the podcast is the sixth episode. Six will be coming out at the full moon. But with the book, it's really bringing everything together that you hear on the podcast, that you read in the blog, that you're journaling about. And this summer, I want to have a little soft launch. You know me. So be ready for that and stay tuned because I have two more episodes of the podcast. And that's it for this series on resilience. I have a surprise guest for episode 7 this month. It'll be you'll see about this month. You just got to stay tuned. How about that? Stay tuned for this month's episode of the podcast. But if you haven't listened to the podcast, go back, start with episode 1 because all of these things are breadcrumbs. They all come together to form one thing. And it's this conversation around resilience, specifically Black resilience. And even more niche than that is Black resilience in Black women. So just my experience and how then I take those same strategies and skills that I've learned and apply them in the coaching conversation to support my clients. Definitely looking to, if you're looking to hire a coach, go to my website and you never know, like let's start with the free consultation and see where we can go from there to see if we're a good fit. But definitely use those resources if you can't hire a coach that I'm offering here on social media with the blog post. That's free. Journal costs a little bit, but not that much. You can support me in that way by buying one of the journals. But like I said, if you want to hire a coach to do this work with and have an accountability partner, I cannot say enough about that. So definitely check me out on my website, thecatalyst.group.net. And now all of that is in my bio on my business page. If you haven't already found me on the business side, and I'll link everything down in the comments. I always do. But definitely, if you haven't, I feel like I'm saying definitely a lot. I have a better word than that. So if you haven't found me yet, remember to go back and start this journey from episode 1, blog post 1, read, listen, subscribe so you're not missing out on what's coming next. Special guest for the episode in July. I'm going to start promoting that after episode 6. And then we should be able to have a little soft launch for the book. I'm so excited to share that piece with everyone this summer. I just can't even believe it is the 1st of June. Remembering to set those intentions, grab your journals off of Amazon if you haven't done that. And you know how to find me. Follow, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And let's see, did I miss anything? Can I feel like I've gotten just about everything. Follow, like, share, subscribe. Talked about the book, talked about the special guests coming next month. The new blog post 6 is up. Strengthening relationship with self. We have journals. All journals can go up. Oh, I know what I wanted to share. So one thing, like I said, this is the first edition. You know how you do something and then you want to improve upon it, which is always okay. So don't try to make it perfect the first time. I tell my clients that. Just put it out there and we can make it better over time. Nothing will ever be perfect, but we can definitely make it better over time. The other thing that I wanted to say is that my company, The Catalyst, um, won a grant. So, I mean, I'm just super excited for that. I am in the FedEx um, Learning Lab. I've been doing this for like a month. I should have said something last month, but good things are happening with the Catalyst, and my products will be up on an e-commerce platform and they will ship directly with FedEx, and free shipping will be used. Like they are paying for the shipping, and just really fine tuning the product and making it even better. Like I said, we can always make the products better, but just at least start somewhere. Put your stuff out there. Don't be afraid. That's something else I help clients with doing their business coaching model. Like, let's just start with one thing first. So in the first edition, these are the covers. And then now that the product is being fine tuned, we're already at a second edition with the journals. And you'll notice that on Amazon, they're different. If you buy them from the FedEx e-commerce platform, they will look different. There's a second edition already out on that e-commerce site. So more stuff is coming. I'm just super excited that I won that grant along with some other minority-owned businesses, specifically women of color. So if you're looking for support around grant writing or business coaching, these are all services that I definitely can support you with. I've done it myself. I've done it with my company, and I'm looking to, stretch a little bit in some other areas, but we're gonna wait for that and sharing that good news after kind of I put the just kind of like seal the deal on these things that I have right now under the catalyst, and then I'll be ready to share how I'm growing and expanding with the collective. But be on the lookout for more information around that. The book summer release. I'm not gonna say the date just yet because edits, publishing company, we could change, but we looking at a summer release, and the journals are already up on Amazon, all of them with the second edition. Follow, like, share, subscribe. Remember, in the new moon, set your intentions. Be intentional about the energy you putting out in the world. You put it down. You believe it. You will it. You do the work. You can manifest it. Trust and believe. A little girl like me from the east side of Cleveland. I mean, I cannot wait to share with the world what the universe has just been given to me, pouring back into me. Just doing these small changes in my life. And I will just say, get grounded, hire yourself a coach, have an accountability partner if you cannot afford a coach, and just start somewhere. Start with those strategies that I have on the blog or in that journal. Um, until next time, peace, love, and light. I'll talk to y'all later.